friends always called Stephen Gray a professor because he studied at one of the best universities in the country. Besides, before becoming successful businessmen, his parents had been scientists. However, despite the fact that the young man had been surrounded by luxury since childhood, he was simple and kind. After graduating, Stephen began working in his father's company. In his free time, he was actively involved in charity work and helped orphanages and centers for people in difficult situations. The young man's parents were upset by only one fact: that he had not been married. He often brought different girls home and introduced them to his parents, but none of them was suitable for the role of his wife. Some were not well educated, and some didn't have good manners. But Stephen did not lose hope and was still waiting for a girl who would suit him and his family. Once in a cafe, hurrying to a table where his friends were waiting for him, the young man ran into a charming stranger. "Sorry, I'm so clumsy," the girl said. "Oh no, it's my fault," said Stephen. The young people were silent for a second, and then at one moment, they burst out laughing. The guy offered to exchange phone numbers, and the girl agreed. All night he was thinking about Alice. The next day he invited the girl for a dinner. When they met and started chatting, it turned out that the girl was also from a wealthy family. She had a good education and had lived in the UK for several years. Stephen was fascinated. He offered to walk her home, but for some reason Alice did not answer and changed the subject. This day marked the beginning of their relationship. Stephen's parents dreamed of meeting his new girlfriend, so the young man invited Alice to a family dinner. Mr. and Mrs. Gray liked the girl very much, and the dinner passed in a pleasant atmosphere. A month later, Stephen rented an apartment where the girl immediately moved. Upon learning that she was helping orphanages, he transferred an impressive amount of money to her account. But one day, something happened that made the guy doubt the sincerity of his girlfriend. He accidentally saw how Alice with disgust drove away the beggar who had approached her with outstretched hand. Then he called the orphanage to find out what kind of help the girl provided. However, the head of the organization was not aware of any donations. When he told his girlfriend about this, she said that they must have just been mistaken. All this seemed suspicious to Stephen, so he went to the detective agency. Its owner was a pleasant young woman named Jessica. After listening to Stephen, she offered him one idea. Professional makeup artists turned the guy into a poor beggar, and he sat on a bench near the apartment where Alice lived and began to wait patiently for her. Jessica was sitting nearby in a car with a camera in her hands. When Alice appeared in the street, Stephen approached her with outstretched hand. "Get out of here! I won't give you a penny!" the girl screamed and pushed the guy. Stephen realized that Alice had been deceiving him all this time. Jessica told him that she needed a week to get all the information. As it turned out later, Alice was a scam artist who hunted rich men, and her parents were alcoholics, not businessmen. She had a rich husband, and she really received a good education, but they had signed a prenup, and after the divorce, the girl got nothing. Upon learning of everything, Stephen turned pale. He sent all the information he had received to Alice and blocked her number. After some time, the young man recovered from the betrayal of his beloved. He began to think about everything that had happened with a smile, mostly thanks to Jessica, with whom he had begun a new romance.